I want you to put out your eye.
Woo! That's sick. That's what he looks like in the books. After watching this season of House of the Dragon, I don't want to be a woman in these times giving birth.
I don't know, they always show it quite bloody and quite graphic, but then you're right, it would have been brutal back then.
Seeing all this, if I'm a woman in them times, I need the moon tea, I need the sheep condoms, I need all of that shit.
I didn't have anything like that, did they?
Not in real life, maybe, but if I was in Game of Thrones world, give me that moon tea, I'll be getting that every week.
You're such a slut.
What is going on YouTube? 0088 here, I'm here with my fiance Carla, and it is the final episode of House of the Dragon. We made it, week 10, it's been 10 weeks, isn't that mad, since it started? And yeah, we were a bit late on the previous one. If you want to watch episode 9, it should be in the description or up there somewhere. And yeah, just click that link. You might have missed our reaction to that because that was uploaded late last night. So check that one out first if you haven't already, if you're curious to see it. Otherwise, just let's check out The Black Queen. That's the name of this episode.
The Black Queen. The
Black Queen. Previous one was Green Council, now it's The Black Queen. It makes it sound like everything's all about Rhaenyra with her team, but Alicent's team's all like, yeah, it's all of us together as one. I mean, that's just how they worded it. I don't think it's actually like that. As you can see, Alicent pissed off Carla last time. So now she's all in black. She's representing Rhaenyra this time.
No, I'm not.
This one's actually by coincidence, isn't it?
Yeah, this one's just coincidence.
And I'm representing Team Stark. Starks are going to come in. They were like they were the secret underliers of this whole thing. They're going to come in and take over anyway.
No, they're not.
Let's check out episode 10. You ready? You got any thoughts?
I don't like what the blurb says.
Well, I'm trying not to read it, to be honest.
Do you want me to read it to you?
No,
I'm more than a
Last episode was great, but the ending was a bit stupid. I don't understand why Rhaenys came in. She could have ended the war right there, and she just didn't do it. And what makes it... That would have been fine, actually, if it was, like, just them. But she killed, like, at least 500 or maybe 300 people to get there into that position. She sacrificed a ton of lives and didn't do nothing with it. Like, it makes her seem so evil and careless.
I guess that's the downside of war, isn't it? That happens.
Yeah, but she didn't even do anything with it, though.
I know, it does seem strange that she left them alive, because George R. R. Martin's writing, and if a character's ever put in a position like that, normally they're
gonna die when it makes sense. Yeah. I mean, if you really, you can save it by saying
they're gonna have to pull something out the bag this week.
Yeah, you can save it by saying, "Oh, Rhaenys thought that's my cousin's kids."
Still has love for them in a weird way.
Still has love for them. Like he just died, and I'm gonna kill all his family. That's a bit much. I can if it's that, then I can probably buy it.
It was definitely shots fired, though, wasn't it? The way she came in, it was sending a message for sure.
Definitely sending a message. Definitely her boss girl moment. Girl boss.
Wanted.
Kill loads of people to do nothing.
Normally when George R. R. Martin puts people in that position, they die.
That's it, yeah.
They have no plot armour or anything.
Plot armour was strong there, innit?
But maybe that is what happens in the books.
No, it doesn't, apparently. That's what book readers have said.
Oh. Okay.
George wouldn't write a situation like that.
That's what I mean. That's why it doesn't seem like something he would do.
Might as well watch the intro. It's the last time we're going to see it for a while.
And I'd like to rewatch this, actually.
You're going to rewatch it?
I'd like to, yeah.
Here we go. What's going to happen? Winterfell. Told you the Starks were coming, didn't I say that?
It can't be Lord of the Tides. I get green sick before the ship even leaves the harbour. I'll just ruin everything.
Aww.
I don't want Driftmark.
We don't choose our destiny, Luke. It chooses us.
Grandson, I let you choose whether you be his heir.
I just need to give a little shout out to the costume department, because they always look fantastic. Look at her dress.
It's mad.
The detail in that.
And in time, I came to understand I had to earn my inheritance.
Did you?
You.
this Rhaenyra is so different from the young Rhaenyra, isn't it? The one that
I
didn't
am
want
anything
children, didn't want to get
She's
married.
all like a good mother now. But to be
Wanted
fair,
to be a
Alison's
knight.
quite different too.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. It's actually quite true to life.
How much the things change you.
Yeah.
You think you want something when you're young, and then you just
Yeah.
sometimes end up being the complete opposite when you're older.
Exactly.
My
Yeah.
father looked after me.
Princess Rhaenys has just arrived on Dragonback.
Uh-oh.
She urgently requests an audience with you and Prince Daemon.
Uh-oh.
Shit's about to go down.
Damon better be like, so you let me get this straight. You had them all in front of you, ready to just kill when you just came here to waffle to us.
You just blew some dragon breath on them and flew back here.
Might we hope for news of Lord Corliss's recovery?
Viserys is dead.
Oh, that's her dad. You could have broke it to her a little bit.
Well, a lot's happened, isn't there? There's more.
Leave the slot.
You see Damon's face? That's the first time he's looked like proper shocked about
Yeah,
something.
but she could have broke it to her a little bit gently. Like, sit down, you're pregnant, I've got some bad news, not Viserys is dead.
I think she can't hear what she's saying right now. Just look at her face.
Aegon has been crowned as his successor.
Oh, she heard that.
Ooh, that one fucked her up.
How did Viserys die?
I could not say.
What do you mean, how did he die?
A day passed, perhaps two. I was made a prisoner in my quarters while the Queen made her preparations.
Viserys has been slain.
No.
Demanded you declare for Aegon.
She did. I refused her.
And yet you are alive.
The High Septon crowned Aegon in the Dragon Pit. I witnessed it myself.
Every time she says crowned Aegon, she's like, fuck.
Yeah, I wonder what's going on there.
It's
Maybe
like-
the shock might be sending her.
Every time she hears that Aegon's been crowned, it really fucks her shit up. Like, she's like, you can tell that's really emotionally fucking her up.
Maybe the shock is sending her into labour. You know, sometimes
It's either
it can
sending her
do
into
that.
labour or sending her to have a miscarriage, one of the two.
I hope it's not the latter.
That whore of a queen murdered my brother and stole his throne, and you could have done more for it.
You said it. I said Damon was going to say that. Sorry I keep pausing it, but it's just exciting. Sorry.
I think he's been a bit dramatic. He wasn't
So I need
slain.
to hear a reason. That was meant to fix... Whatever she said there has to fix the
The
previous...
last episode where we were moaning.
Yeah.
She killed so many people.
A war is like to be fought over this treachery, to be sure. But that war is not mine to begin.
Okay.
Okay. Still doesn't justify her killing loads of people, though.
No,
Maybe it was the only way to get out of her dragon,
Yeah,
going up that bit. And she was there, so she might as well threaten them quickly. Maybe the dragon pit's like right underneath.
The dragon pits are underneath.
Yeah, maybe it was the only way for her to get out. Maybe that was why she didn't mean to kill those people, but she had no choice, maybe?
I don't know. It's not because I'm obsessed with Alicent, because I totally am.
That scene was so good, wasn't it? That whole thing. Sorry, go on, what did you say?
She didn't kill Viserys. She's like, Daemon's jumping the gun a little bit.
Of course.
He's
that makes
like,
so much
what
sense.
did Viserys die of? What do you mean, what did he die of? Did you not see him? He could barely walk, he had half a face. Like,
But
what a stupid question to ask.
All of everything Damon said there is so in his character, though.
It is, but obviously Alicent wouldn't do that.
Of course, he's going to think the worst. He already doesn't like them.
I agree, but Alicent did actually love Viserys, you know, that she had that genuine care for him. So for them to think that they just, like, it's not like he was a healthy man walking around like, la 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 la.
yeah.
Did you not see the state he was in before he died?
Yeah,
Like, he was quite clearly-
he's definitely making a whole bunch
He's
of
reacting
assumptions.
emotional, isn't he? Like,
Yeah.
his brother just died.
Yeah. It's because of how fast they crowned Aegon. It makes it sound like they've been conspiring.
Yeah, you're
That's
right.
probably why. If they didn't crown Aegon, maybe he wouldn't have jumped the gun so fast.
So she's got no loyalty to Rhaenyra. She just came to warn her and said, it's not my war to start. Well, I get that. Okay.
If I don't mind, I'll watch that scene. Not the whole thing, but some of it again. But it's just, I just love this whole scene. It was so sick.
A day passed, perhaps two. I was made a prisoner in my quarters while the Queen made her preparations.
Viserys has been slain.
That's why he said it, because she literally said, I was made a prisoner and all this. That sounds like...
Yeah, but
makes it
not
sound
by
well.
Alicent.
Yeah, but he's not
This
going to
was
think
by,
about
like, Otto, all the other little minions.
that.
Kristen Cole, the little limp foot guy, Limp Biscuit.
But I mean, Anderson didn't do anything to stop it, but she did try, I think, a little bit. But yeah, that's why Damon's jumped to this conclusion, because she realised, oh, Rhaenys been held prisoner. Something dodgy's going on here, you know?
That whore of a queen murdered my brother and stole his throne, and you could have done more for it.
But that war is not mine to begin.
Okay, I'm happy with that explanation.
I mean, it explains why she didn't do it, but it doesn't explain why she just came in and just fucked all these civilians up.
Well, she came up, didn't she? She didn't come in through a window. Like
Maybe
the
she had
dragon
no-
pits are underneath.
They could have made her look a little bit sad that she killed loads of innocent people. I guess she
I don't
doesn't.
think she had time to.
But maybe
even
that's
consider that.
not her. Maybe that's the personality. She doesn't care about those kinds of shit. I guess.
So she's not loyal to them then. She just came there to warn them.
She's kind of like a middleman or
Yeah,
woman.
She's gone into labour.
I think she's having a miscarriage.
Our term is far from complete. This should not be happening.
It's coming
It is
early.
fucking happening.
We've done this 5 times before.
You've done this 5 times before. 5 times. Sick one should just shoot outright.
And where is Damon?
I don't know. Gone to plot his war.
His war. Gone to plot his war. That's interesting. She said his war, not our war.
Naught is to be done but by my command.
Naught is to be done by my command. So she's saying, don't do anything without my say.
Yeah. Come and check with me.
This is very interesting. From the last episode, what you just said, and to this episode, they're doing it very kind of different from the books. Some people might have a problem with this because it makes it look like the women aren't having agency, but they might be trying to do that to make them look more innocent, but it makes them look more grey as well, because what happens in the books is Alicent is very much in control in the books, and she's very much aggressive, and she wants Aegon to be king, and she's not so much about, oh, it's Viserys' last word. It's more like, fuck
This is
that
birthright,
bitch.
yeah.
He's gonna be king.
Right.
And with Rhaenyra, it's the same thing. Like, she's fuming when this happens in the book, and it's her war. She wants to go fuck Alicent up and Aegon up, you know. So it's interesting they're pushing it on Daemon and they're pushing it on Otto, you know, rather than Alicent and Rhaenyra.
Yeah, that is interesting actually.
I kind of like it because it makes them look more innocent and grey, the women.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's taking away their agency a little bit. So I don't know. I don't know if they're what they're trying to accomplish by doing
Maybe
that.
she just wants to get that baby out before she goes
Before
to
she
war.
goes to
you know,
war.
right?
But she said Daemon his war,
Yeah,
you know?
she did say his war.
That's
yeah.
very telling when she says his war, you know? Whereas Rhaenyra in the books is more like, I'm pissed, you know?
Yeah.
And Alicent in the books is like aggressive, you know? So
So they've
interesting.
changed him a little bit.
They made them more, not as,
Influenced.
not as like aggressive with it. Like Alicent obviously is like, wants to make Aegon king, but she's not really like eager like that. She's kind of a bit like, look, don't kill Rhaenyra, chill, you know?
Yeah.
Same with her. Interesting. I wonder if they're trying to make them more sympathetic.
Yeah.
Because they're quite aggressive in the books, apparently.
We'll send ravens to our nearest allies, Lords Darkling, Massey, and Bar-Aemon.
Do you want to speak to the Maester, my prince?
He's looking at him like, why the fuck would I want to do
I'll fly
that?
to the Riverlands myself and affirm Lord Tully's report.
So you be comforting your wife.
My mother has decreed no action be taken while she's abed.
He's like, what?
It's good you're here, young prince. You're needed to patrol the skies on Virmax.
Did you hear what I said?
Come with me. I'll show you the true meaning of loyalty.
He just ignored him. That's his wife's wishes, though.
And they're his wife's kids.
I swore first to King Jehedis, my prince.
I feel like these guys aren't going to live much longer.
Do you recall who King Viserys named as his heir before his death?
Princess Rhaenyra.
So I'm presenting you with a choice.
I'd be like, Princess Rhaenyra!
And I'd be on my knee, literally. Literally, I'd be on my knee like, yeah, bend the knee. She is our queen,
She's our queen.
Or, if you support the usurper, speak it now.
I'd be like, you don't need to do all this, Damon. I've been Rhaenyra. What do you mean?
Do you know?
Let us help you.
This is what I was saying earlier, like, this, after watching this season of House of the Dragon, I don't want to be a woman in these times giving birth.
They always make it look so, I don't know if it is, obviously I've never given birth.
They're trying to show how hard it is
yeah,
for
but
them.
I know it obviously is hard, but like, I don't think it's that bloody. Maybe it was. Maybe
I
it
think
is.
obviously her pregnancy's not supposed to be like this.
Yeah, but I mean, like all the births they've shown in this,
they've shown
they
it
all
horrific.
usually end up in like covered in blood. Their hands, their hair, their
and
body.
they just about survived.
Yeah.
Even the one she did survive was horrific. Like
Yeah. I don't know, they always show it quite bloody and quite graphic, but then you're right, it would have been brutal back then.
Seeing all this, if I'm a little woman in them times, I need the moon tea, I need the sheep condoms, I need all of that shit.
I didn't have anything like that, did they?
Not in real life, maybe, but if I was in Game of Thrones world, give me that moon tea, I'll be getting that every week.
You're such a slut. Typical Renera wants to do everything by herself. Oh shit.
Jesus. The fuck?
This baby's head. She really wanted to do that by herself, didn't she?
Oh,
It's not crying.
the leg's gonna move. No?
Oh, that's horrific.
Well, that was wild.
Oh, they always show birth in this so, like, horrifically, don't they?
They're obviously trying to make a point about something. Is she gonna blame that on Alison? Because, like, when she got the news, that's when everything was fucking up in there.
Yeah, maybe.
I told you she's gonna have a miscarriage.
Well, look, she's doing everything herself. Oh.
She's definitely gonna blame that on Alison.
Well, she's definitely going to have a fire in her belly now if she didn't before.
Imagine she went to Rainey's and said, look, you could have told me that a bit softer, like, look what happened.
She was so bloody harsh. Yeah. Like I said, didn't I say, she's pregnant, like, at least let her sit down and...
If she blames Alison, because Alison should just be like, I didn't tell her to go and tell you that shit.
Yeah. That's really sad.
Is this all the same day still, do you think?
I think so, yeah. Maybe the next day, but I think it is probably the same day.
I mean no harm, brothers.
Oh, shit.
How did he get there so quick?
We didn't understand it before, but apparently, you know when we were like, why aren't you helping his brother out?
Yeah.
They were having beef. I didn't even clock. I don't know how we missed that. That's why he walked off, because he didn't want to do what... Like, he didn't want to protect Aegon. He didn't care for it. I think the twins have kind of split camps, apparently.
Oh, we didn't see that, did we?
We didn't really
Maybe
notice
we missed
that.
it.
I don't know how we missed
Too busy
it.
talking about toe porn.
At least I think that's what's happened.
Oh, wow.
I swear to ward the Queen.
Imagine twins disagreeing on something as big as this.
Sure they do.
Sure.
I think that's literally Viserys' crown. Yeah, look at the
Father,
way he's
no
looking
children.
at it. Oh, I never know with Damon what he's going to do. I feel like he
feels
might
like-
smash his head in a minute.
I know, right? I wouldn't be kneeling in front of him.
No, I wouldn't either.
But there's no reason
I
for
love
him
his
not to...
character, but he's so... You never know
He's
what's going
unpredictable.
to... Yeah.
It's kind of like Kristen Cole in a way. In his
No,
own-
Kristen Cole's just mental.
He's mental, but he's unpredictable as well.
Oh wow, that crown really suits her. Imagine like going through something horrific as what she just went through, and then she has to deal with all this shit on top. She doesn't get the chance just to sit down and acknowledge, process all that shit. Now she's got to get on her dragon and go and fight.
Fight a war.
Oh look, no, she's not kneeling.
She's not. She will. Watch. She probably should, right?
Yeah, if Damon sees she's not.
Yeah. Luckily, Damon's not looking.
Powerful
Interesting.
scene.
Rhaenys
Very
didn't kneel.
I think
She
I
didn't
think there's
bend the
always
knee.
been a bit of friction there because.
That's why she didn't kill Alicent and that.
Yeah.
Because
It's like, you want to kill him? Do it yourself. That kind of thing.
She's trying not to be a part of this. She'll probably get dragged in.
Yeah. But I think she's always been a little bit jealous of Rhaenyra because she managed to get something that she couldn't, you know? Like, she was supposed to be queen.
Maybe she wants to be queen herself. But then she should have burnt them. Yeah, I think she just wants out
Wow,
of
that
this.
looks really cool.
Yeah, that's sick. Yeah.
I love that. That's wicked.
Queen Rhaenyra Targaryen, first of her name, Queen of the Andals and Rhoynar and the First Men.
I feel like this is just kicking
Lady of
off.
the
I don't want it
Seven
to be the
Kingdoms,
last
protector
episode.
I know, right?
I feel like it's proper, you know, but season 2 should be really good.
Your Grace.
Wine, my queen.
You can't have a king and a queen, can you?
Oh, unless they get married.
That'll fix everything. Damon, but she's married to Damon, isn't it? He has to
That
die,
looks
isn't it?
so cool. I love the way they've done that.
What you just said is so true. Way back when Otto was like, why don't we marry Aegon to the princess? And then he was like, he's too Otto, remember? They should have just done that. It would have saved so much bloodshed. But I don't know if Rhaenyra would have been happy with that.
What news from Driftmark?
Lord Corlys sails for Dragonstone.
To declare for his queen.
The Valarian fleet is in my husband's yoke. He decides where they sail.
We shall pray for both you and your husband's support. The Greens have dragons.
They have
as
3
well.
adults, by my count. We have Cyrax, Caraxes, and Melis. Your sons have Virma.
She's like, wait, what? Hold
Hang on a minute.
Did you see me not bend the knee?
My dragon, mine.
To be honest though, Rhaenys might as well just join them after what she did at the coronation.
She's waiting for her husband, didn't she?
Wow, she's loyal to him, isn't it? Like, imagine he comes back and he's like, why didn't you wait for me? And he's like, bitch, are you mad? You see what's going on there? I ain't got time to wait for you. It's mad that
this bit reminds me of the first chapter in the book when it's talking about how Aegon the Conqueror conquered the 7 kingdoms, and he literally just sends dragons to each part and just basically says like, bend the knee or I'm going to burn you, and a couple of them like deny him and they like lock themselves in their towers and that, and he just burns them
up,
and then most of them just bend the knee and
bend the
lay
knee.
down their swords.
Well,
but this bit, I don't know why I'm getting that same vibes, like because they're trying to get the the kingdoms to be on their side. It's giving me the same vibe as the first chapter in the book.
That's cool. I want to see Rhaenys' face again.
That
we have
was
Melis.
yeah.
She's like, you do?
They have 3 adults, by my count. We have Cyrax, Caraxes, and Melis. Your sons have Virma, Cyrax, and Tyrax.
She's like, do you,
Bela has
bitch?
Moondancer. There are also unclaimed dragons. Smoke still resides on Driftmark. Vermithor and Silverwing dwell on the Dragon Mound.
Unclaimed dragons.
Still riderless. Then there are the 3 wild dragons, all of whom nest here.
And who is to ride them?
I also have a score of eggs incubating in the Dragon Mound.
They're exiting and do no good right now, are they?
We cut off the west, surround King's Landing with the dragons, and we could have every greenhead mounted on spikes before the fucking moon turns.
Your Grace, a ship has been sighted offshore. A lone galleon flying a banner of a 3-headed green dragon.
Alert the watchtowers, sight the skies.
Green-headed.
What does that
3-headed
mean?
green dragon. That's the new colours. The Greens have got like the 3 dragon, you know the Targaryen symbol?
Yeah.
But it's green. Normally it's like black or red.
Black and red, yeah, of course.
That's mad.
Ooh, we go into war.
So watching Rhaenyra there, it's like, I forgot, she's never actually had this experience of having to lead a war like this, has she?
She's never actually has she?
Yeah, she looks a bit like overwhelmed, doesn't she, a little bit? I like that they showed that. That's
well,
realistic.
she also just lost a baby.
Yeah, it's a lot to take in. I'm glad they didn't just make her some bad bitch who knows exactly what she's doing straight away. It's a lot just happened to her.
Is that Otto?
What? Did we go back an episode? I remember this.
I come at the behest of the Dowager Queen Alicent, mother of King Aegon, second of his name, Lord of...
I thought we went back to episode 1. Do you remember this scene?
Yeah, I do. So on the same bridge, a dragon's going to come down in a minute. Don't tell me he got there by a dragon.
You better have, because this is fucking risky. You just pissed them off royally, and you're just going to show up here like it's like you're just having a little visit for tea and that. Love, you're lucky you ain't dead.
Where is the princess?
There she is.
Love, she could just burn them right now. These lot are brave, man. I've got to admit, Hightower's got balls.
I like the way they're showing Rhaenyra here. Like, this is what like women do. Like, they go through the shittest of times and they pull themselves, do you know what I mean? Like, they're strong when they really, really need to be strong, you know? She just went through something horrific and she still has the strength to lead and get on her dragon, and they're really showing what women are made of here.
She's showing her strength by just walking through them like that.
Princess Rhaenyra.
Look at his little face.
Queen Rhaenyra now.
Notice they brought a maester because they know they're going to get fucked.
Acknowledge Aegon as king. In exchange, his grace will confirm your possession of Dragonstone. It will pass to your true-born son, Jacaerys, upon your death. Jacaerys will be confirmed as the legitimate heir to Driftmark and all the lands and holdings of House Valarian. Your sons by Prince Daemon, will also be given places of high honour at court.
So Damon was looking at her like, don't fall for this shit.
He is fuming.
He's like, don't fucking fall for this
Your
shit.
son's by Damon. That's going to set her off. He just said, your son's by Damon, Will.
He said the Luceris or whatever will get Driftmark. That's.
I know, but like she's just lost her son by, you know what I mean?
As the king's squire, Viserys as his cupbearer.
I would rather feed my sons to the dragons than have them carry shields and cups. For your drunken usurper cunt of a king.
Aegon Targaryen sits the Iron Throne. The succession changed the day your father sired a son. I only regret that you and he were the last to see the truth of it.
You are no more hand than Aegon is king. Fucking traitor.
Oh, I swear Otto's brave as fuck, man. How's he just standing there? They could have killed him at any time.
Queen Alicent has not forgotten the love you once had for each other.
Oh, was that the book they were reading together?
No blood need be spilled. The realm can carry on in peace. Queen Alicent eagerly awaits your answer.
She can have her answer now, stuffed in her father's mouth along with his withered cock. Let's end this mama's farce.
No.
See, look. Again with what I was saying earlier. But this might have happened in the books, I don't know.
King's Landing will have my answer on the morrow.
Uh-oh, that doesn't sound good. Is she going to do a Daenerys?
Probably.
If her answer's anything like her future ancestor... Was it? How do you say it for the future? Is it ancestor?
Descendant.
Well? Descendant. If she's anything like a descendant...
As queen, what is my true duty to the realm? Ensuring peace and unity, or that I sit the Iron Throne no matter the cost?
It's your father talking.
My father's dead.
Damon doesn't like this.
To defend the realm,
doesn't.
not cast it headlong into war.
The enemy have declared war. What are you going to do about it?
Clear the room.
I was just about to say, shouldn't they be having this conversation in private?
It's so interesting how they look, making the men... Like, it's like the men are pushing the women to fight each other, kind of. Like Otto and Damon. But I don't know if that's good or bad.
Don't you think that does happen in real life?
It happens. That's why I can't figure out. This is definitely good, but it's also like you want the girls to have
she's
some
loving
agency.
it.
Yeah,
She's
I swear she's stirring the pot herself, isn't she?
Yeah, she's just there for the drama.
Literally.
If you could take the Iron Throne without putting Otto Hightower's head on a spike, would you?
Are you not angry?
Normally, women lead with their emotions and men lead with logic, but she's leading with logic and he's proper leading with his emotions.
I mean,
he's like, are you not angry? Like, he's
when
trying to incite something in her and she's like, why would I start a war based on my own anger?
You know what, to be fair, I mean, like, to criticise men lead with logic until it's a fight. When it's a fight, then all of a sudden logic goes out the window, we get emotional and we get angry. When the emotion is anger, that's when we start wanting to use our emotions. That's our flaw as men, you know? Like, otherwise we're logical to shit, like we're always logical.
But that can be, I'm not saying it's a positive or a negative. It can be a detriment either way.
But then when it comes to fighting,
on the whole, you know, men look at things very logically, whereas women normally approach things very emotionally.
But
whereas
I feel
she's
like
approaching it very logically here. She's like, why would I just start a war because I'm mad?
I mean, in terms of genders, this is very true to the genders. I can see the woman being more like trying to be more diplomatic and more. That's why they say women make better rulers because there will be less war and stuff like that, right? So I can see a woman being more trying to be more diplomatic in this scenario, whereas the man just wants to go into war and fight everything and kill everything.
That's what she's saying. She's saying like, why would you do that? Why can't we just live in peace?
Interesting.
Declare war because I'm angry.
No.
A song of ice and fire.
What? He doesn't know about it because he hasn't been told about it.
War against the darkness in the north, the conqueror's dream. Sarah shared it with me when he named to me her.
What is he doing? What the fuck?
Dreams didn't make us kings. Dragons did.
Why is he handling her like that?
I don't know, I'm thinking his head trying to toughen her up, maybe. In his head.
Yeah, but he's never handled her like that. See, she's horrified.
I never told you.
She's not even fussed about that. Why would he tell him though? He's only supposed to tell the heir, right?
I don't like that he did that to her. Why did he touch her like that?
I mean, she's talking about Viserys, but I think she's thinking about the way he grabbed her neck, innit?
Oh, look who it is.
Woolies, he's alive. Mate, your brother got killed.
Brutally as well.
You abandoned me when I most needed you.
She's like, where the fuck have you been?
I don't blame her, to be honest, the amount of shit she's gone through.
Yeah, I don't blame her either.
Baela and Rhaena needed you, and you abandoned us for more adventure at sea.
Like father, like son.
I had no other place.
place to turn.
Your brother is also dead. He stood before the king and denounced Laenor's sons as illegitimate.
This woman really needs to work on her delivery, man. Like, she just comes in brutal. Your dad is dead. Your brother's dead.
At least she tells. She
like,
doesn't even warm up with, "I've got some good news and I've got some bad news."
Yeah, like, she doesn't even go in like, you know, like, this is going to be really hard for you to hear, but I'm really sorry, but your brother's dead. She is just like, your brother is dead.
I don't see how Corlys is going to end up siding with Rhaenyra after hearing that his dinner Daemon killed his brother. But there might be something. That's what I'm going to say. Oh, this is going to say he deserved it.
Heedless ambition has always been a Velaryon weakness.
Literally what you just said.
I don't know if he's just talking about his brother there, though. What is with people not caring about their fucking family in this show?
I don't know.
Well, I think it'd be more interesting if he was pissed about his brother. It makes it more interesting. But I don't know, maybe that's not what happens in the books. But then again, apparently it's not him that got killed in the books. I don't know. I need to read the books, man. I really want to read them now.
Oh, yeah.
Rhaenyra was complicit in our son's death.
What?
Girl destroys everything she touches.
That girl.
Rhaenyra was complicit in our son's death. Laenor, they still think Rhaenyra...
Yeah.
Maybe that's why she's not joining Rhaenyra. I completely forgot about that. She thinks Rhaenyra killed Laenor. I mean, she did in the books, but...
No, but they don't think that, do they?
No, Rhaenys does. Because, as far as she knows, Laenor's dead.
Yeah, but they didn't... They thought it was, like, horrific accident, not that...
No, but she thinks... She genuinely thinks Rhaenyra's behind it.
Okay, well, they've never expressed that,
They
right?
did. She said... Rhaenyra had to back herself and be like, "I didn't kill your son." Remember when they're having that conversation in the God's Woods or whatever?
I don't know. They still thought it though.
Yeah, I think it's just because they've been quiet about it because they can't prove it. That's the problem. They don't know for sure that's Rhaenyra, but that's their suspicion.
Lord Corlys.
He's going to have a beef
Very
with
sorry
Daemon.
about your father, Princess. Where is Daemon?
There were other concerns which demanded the prince's attention.
She's like, what's he gonna do?
I know, I'd be thinking the same, you know.
Declared allies. You have the full support of our fleet and house.
Wow, I was not expecting that. I feel
He
like
was mad at her a minute ago.
yeah, that's why I feel like it's not genuine, maybe. He's like Rhaenyra's
I know in the
our
books
son's
he's
dead.
on her team, but I never understood how. I don't understand how that's gonna happen based on his brother and stuff. But
If war's first stroke is to fall, it will not be by my hand.
You do not mean to act.
Taking caution does not mean standing fast. I wish to know who my allies are.
She's quite a good little queen, isn't she? Very logical, very reasonable.
If we further seal the gullet, we can cut off all seaborne travel and trade to King's Landing.
I should take Maelys and patrol the gullet myself.
When we drain the narrow sea.
She really did want to wait for her husband, didn't she? It wasn't until he was on board that she was like, I'm gonna allow you to use my
I mean,
dragon.
he wasn't on board a minute ago. He was like, "Fuck that bitch," but she was like, "No, she's doing some good shit."
I know, but she didn't fully declare anything, and she's proper
she
backing her
wanted to
husband
talk to him
like,
first.
you go in, you say
That's
what you
that's
need
a
to.
good wife,
And
I
then
think.
she put in her dragon, you know, like because you know earlier when Damien was like, "We've got so and so," and she's like, "No, you ain't yet, love."
Yeah.
You know, now she's like, "I'll go there."
That's
with
a
my
good
dragon,
wife, I
you
think.
know?
I don't know if you're allowed to say that these days. Like they always want women to act before the husband comes back, but
She proper backed him there. That was proper loyalty, even though he left her for 6 years.
Send us.
The brother's like, I
right,
don't fucking
right.
go, and look at his face.
Very well. We must remind these lords of the oaths they swore.
Who would you pledge your allegiance to?
Team Green or Team Black? Don't know. I'd be like Rhaenys before Corlys showed up.
They are really painting the Greens as the bad guys, aren't they?
Except for Daemon, I guess. To be fair, I think the book's like that too. In fact, I think the Greens are more evil in the books, apparently.
If you take this errand, you go as messengers, not as warriors.
I swear it.
He looks terrified, the younger one.
Storm's End is a short flight from here. You have Baratheon blood from your grandmother, Rhaenys.
He really doesn't want to go there, younger one, does he?
I mean, he's not really related to Rhaenys, is he?
Well, he is, through her.
Oh, yeah, he is.
She's her blood auntie, isn't she?
Mm.
Because she's Viserys' cousin.
Mm.
She's saying you're related to as in it's your grandma.
Mm.
You know, because they're meant to be Laenor's kids, aren't they? Laenor's children, but
no.
she's actually related through Rhaenyra.
A bit more distant. Who's the third one? Is that Rhaenys, maybe? She said she was gonna go patrol.
Yeah, exactly the same. Oh my god, what's Daemon doing? Yeah, maybe he's gonna become the Rogue Prince again and just go off on his own. Is he singing to his dragon? I feel like he's in the dragon pits.
She's trying to tame some dragons or what?
That's such a cool scene. The way you see him come out the dark like that. Which one is that?
I'm not sure. No idea what's going on.
Is that an unclaimed one? Remember he said there's plenty of unclaimed dragons. It's definitely not his, is it?
No. This is the one that's going to Baratheon, isn't it?
Yeah.
That was cool. That looked so good.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Could have at least sent some like soldiers with him on that.
I know, I was just about to say, it doesn't really have the same effect when a child jumps off, does it?
I mean, I know he's got a dragon and everything.
But he's still a child.
Oh shit. Vhagar's already there. I remember this bit from the little animation thing. Oh yeah.
Do you know what's going to happen?
Yeah, I can't remember this bit.
I bring a message to Lord Boris from the Queen.
Remember this from the Game of Thrones animated DVD things that show you the Dance of the Dragons?
But Vhagar's a beast. His little dragon's not going to be able to stand up against Vhagar. Sorry, I don't know why I think they're going to have a dragon fight, but it feels like it.
Oh, he's already there. Aemond One Eye.
I brought you a message from my mother. Queen.
I love the lightning and the thunder.
The House of the Dragon does not seem to know who rules it. What's your mother's message?
It's funny because I was just about to say, oh, he reminds me of Robert Baratheon. He's literally a Baratheon, isn't he?
I remember this bit from the animated thing, and Robert Baratheon's narrating this bit.
Oh,
the actor.
Cool. I love that actor. What's his name?
Mark Addy.
Where's the bloody maester?
He's the one that goes Aemond One Eye. He says it like in his voice.
I think you made me watch that.
I just start remembering it now.
Yeah. As soon as you said it like that, I was like, actually, that rings a bell. Can he not read? Is that why he had to grab the
maybe
maester?
he can't. Maybe he can't.
King Aegon at least came with an offer. My swords and banners for a marriage pact.
Oh, he's going to marry his daughter.
Which one of my daughters will you wed?
I'm not free to marry. I'm already betrothed.
It's not I've won.
Come with empty hands.
But he swore
home,
fealty to my mother.
And tell your mother that the Lord of Storm's End is not some dog that she can whistle up at need to set against her foes.
I shall take your answer to the Queen, my lord.
My Lord Strong.
My Lord Strong.
Oh man. Wait, this ain't the time to be getting angry about that,
Do you
fam.
really think that you could just fly about the realm, trying to steal my brother's throne at no cost?
I came as a messenger, not a warrior.
Fight would be little challenge.
He's proper trying to
No.
be like true to his word.
I want you to put out your eye.
Woo! That's sick. That's what he looks like in the books with his little diamond thing.
Is that a diamond in there?
I think sapphire.
Is that genuinely what it is?
Yeah. Yeah, that's so sick.
Oh my god, there's only 8 minutes left.
I know.
I'm telling you, stuff better happen in 8 minutes.
Trying to steal my brother's throne.
I remember.
I will not fight you.
Not here.
Give me your eye, or I will take it, boss.
Not in my hall! The boy came as an envoy. I'll not have blood shed beneath my roof.
Nice one.
Protecting the boy. Nice, King Baratheon.
It was.
Oh, I mean,
it
Lord
was
Baratheon.
Honourable. That was very honourable. I can see you smiling out the corner of my eye. I can tell something's about to happen.
I'm not saying that.
Stop! Why are you making
I'm
me
worried.
nervous?
I'm worried for him because he's just a little
He's
boy.
so little, isn't he? What happens if he gets hit by lightning?
That doesn't sound like it'll end well if it does. If that happened, that wouldn't end well. Ooh, shit!
Oh my god, that is so creepy.
Yo. Whoa!
Listen to him cackling.
Yo, you shouldn't have been pissing him off with that pig, fam. That was him laughing at that pig.
It was. Look how much bigger it is.
I know.
He might as well be a fly at this point. I actually feel a bit sorry for him. Oh, he can't fit through there because he's too big.
It's very
That was
smart.
well played.
Smart.
I would have stayed in there. I would have landed and just stayed in between the gap.
Because how's he going to find him unless he come to the dragon? But the dragon will fuck him up, I guess.
He's loving it. Look at him.
Speaking in Valerian.
Oh my god, at this point I'd be like, just take my eye. Getting on my tits.
Oh! Oh, he's not listening to him.
The
He's
dragon
like,
isn't listening.
that's not good. Oh, he's not listening to him either.
Oh wow, so they'll serve their masters as long as it serves them.
Yeah, because obviously Vhagar just got burnt. She's pissed, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean,
Whoa.
he was saying serve me as if like the dragon just went out of his own way to burn him.
Yeah. He said.
Oh my god!
Oh
What the
shit!
fuck?
Interesting. He didn't want that to happen.
No, he didn't.
Look, he's terrified of what just happened there.
He only wanted his eye.
Oh my god. I don't remember it happening like that in the thing that I watched, like the books basically. When Aemon does that in the books, but he very much wanted to kill him from what I remember. I might be wrong. From what I remember,
Yeah, but
Aemon...
he was guiding the dragon, not the dragon just being like, fuck you, bitch. I'm gonna do what I want.
They've played it very differently. Anyway, let's keep watching.
Oh no. Should we lost one child today?
Oh man. Interesting. He just wanted to
I like
scare
the way
him.
they've done that, like the dragons will only serve their masters as long as it serves them.
Yeah.
So when they feel fear and panic, they're not going to listen.
They'll do what they want to do.
Which is like what animals do, innit? Animal instinct.
And this is what Viserys said. He said, "We don't. You think we control these dragons or something like that?"
Yeah. They didn't anticipate Aemond would be there.
Is he telling her?
Yeah, I think so.
Now she's going to go to war, isn't she? The emotion's going to come out, take over her logic. Oh, she's pissed now. She's pissed. Whoa. She wants to go to war now. Interesting.
That is fucking wild. They can't end it there. I need another episode next Monday. They can't end it there, babe.
This is what I don't get. I'll show you in a second. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I've forgotten how that thing... I have to show you the thing. I have to show you the animated version now. Just that scene.
I love how the scenery changed to lure us
went
into
above
a,
this...
to lure us into a full
sense of safety.
Yeah, security. Yeah, look, it's in bits.
Yeah, actually ripped that dragon apart.
He
That was
literally
nothing.
did.
Can I just quickly show you that scene, the animated version of that scene, where Robert Baratheon's narrating it?
Poor Rhaenyra. Just this what they're doing here is what they should have done with Daenerys in the last season.
Show you,
showing us her life literally falling apart. So, and that's what they're showing to Rhaenyra. She lost her dad, she lost her crown, she lost her unborn child, she's now lost her son. She doesn't really, probably fears for the safety of her other son's life. Like, they're showing us slowly her life falling apart, so we can understand. If she goes mental now, like, we can understand it, you know? Whereas in the last season of Game of Thrones, they didn't show us, like, Daenerys's loss. Like, you're really feeling her loss, aren't you?
100%.
You know, so now if she goes and burns the whole of King's Landing, everyone will be like, well, of course she did. Look what happened to her.
So this is what happens in the books. I think this is pretty accurate to them. It's got 1 million views now because everyone's probably coming to see it.
Dragons can burn a city, but only armies can take and hold it.
I'm trying to
if she was to
remember
prevail,
if he was
Rhaenyra
regretting
desperately needed the support of the few great houses not already sworn to Aegon. Her eldest
Keep in
son,
mind, this came out years
Jacaerys,
ago.
flew to the Vale in the north. Her middle son, Lucerys, flew to the Stormlands. Rhaenyra hoped that the war would begin and, if the gods were good, end with diplomacy.
So she did want that in the books
As
as well.
always, they weren't.
Little Prince Lucerys must have wet himself when he entered Storm's End and found King Aegon's
Interesting, he's
younger
blonde in
brother
this version.
Aemond already with
I don't think he's blonde in the books. I think he's got brown hair in the books. Aemond, that's why I got excited about his eye.
It's his other eye in this, though.
Yeah.
In the
Unless
show.
they might have flipped it
before
because
he
it's
lost his eye
copyright.
and set a sapphire in its stead. But the princeling pleaded his mother's case. Finally, Lord Baratheon made his decision. Go home, pup, and tell the
Said
bitch
that.
your mother that the Lord of Storm's End is not a dog she can whistle up. As Aemon's false eye gleamed at him, the princeling fled the castle and mounted his young dragon, Arax. The rain fell in sheets, and great bolts of lightning lit the world bright as day. Arax was struggling to stay aloft in the gale.
It was stormy
when a
as well.
roar shook the very foundations of Storm's End. Aemond rose through the clouds, and below him, the monstrous Vhagar. Vhagar was 5 times the size of Arax, and a hardened survivor of 100 battles. Vhagar caught him above Shipbreaker Bay. Watchers on the castle walls saw distant blasts of flame, and heard a shriek drown out the thunder. Prince Lucerys fell, broken, to be swallowed by the waves. With his death, the War of Ravens came to an end, and the War of Fire and Blood began.
That's cool. So that's what you see
When
in
Rhaenyra heard of her
Rhaenyra's
son's
face.
death, she...
The War of Fire and Blood began. That's what they're trying to show.
Oh, that's Rhaenys, I think. And that's Rhaenyra.
Yeah.
collapsed. She considered ending the war right
No, I don't
then.
want to. I don't want to hear anymore. I do, but I don't. I do, but I don't.
You want to hear what happens next?
No, after now.
So you see what I'm saying? They don't show Aemond was like regretting it or anything like that. You see? That's why I got confused. I was like, oh.
I tried to avoid spoilers today, and the only thing that I saw, it was a little picture of Aemond on top of a dragon, and it had, at this point he knew he fucked up, written on top of it. So I was like, okay,
Interesting.
something's gonna happen. But I don't think he's regretting it. I think he's just shocked.
Yeah, of course.
There's
But
no- I
he
don't think
didn't
there's
want
any
that to happen.
No, I
though.
don't think there's any regret there.
No, he's definitely regretting it because he didn't even want that to happen. He didn't want to kill
Well,
him.
he thought he had full control
I
of
think
Vhagar,
he just wanted
right?
to scare him.
He thought he had full control. That's the problem.
Interesting. Now look, I haven't read the books. I've watched that. What I just showed you, I just watched that history thing. I watched the history thing, and from what I took, I think the history thing is literally taken from the book.
From
I
the
don't know.
book,
If,
it
I don't
sounds
think it's,
like the way that he's reading it. It sounds like the book.
yeah, it's taken from the book. So, and I don't know why they've made Luke blonde in the animated thing because I think his hair's brown in the books as well.
Maybe just to help establish
That
that
they're
they're all part of
Targaryen.
the same bloodline.
Yeah. For the animated thing,
Yeah,
but I know
yeah.
in the books because that's the whole point. Strong, isn't it? How strong? Anyway, so when I watched that back, I was like thinking, yeah, Aemond just came in, fucked him up. He doesn't give a fuck, you know. But the way they portrayed it in this, in the House of the Dragon, it's like he did not want to do that at all. Like he just wanted to just scare him or something, you know, which is very interesting.
Isn't that more interesting though? That
What,
the
everything
dragons have some autonomy over themselves.
Oh, yeah,
'Cause
that's-
we've only seen it so far that they obey the Targaryens, they obey the Valerians, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know, and you have to be a really special person to control them. And actually, when it comes down to it, if their life is in danger, fuck you.
Yeah.
You know?
I like that aspect
I like
of
that
it.
too.
But
I
in
think
terms
that's
of
really interesting.
But I don't know, because they did it with Rhaenyra, like but then to be fair, even the book said she was trying to end it with diplomacy.
Yeah, it's when her son died that she was like,
like pissed. Just as happened in the book too. But I don't know, it all feels a bit like no one has that much agency. Everything's happening by accident. I don't know how I feel about that. But like, he didn't mean to kill him. Alicent didn't want to do this, and she misunderstood what Viserys was saying, and you know, and Rhaenyra didn't want to. Like, it's all like a bit wishy-washy, and everything's kind of happening by accident. Whereas in at least the animated short, I don't know exactly how it went down in the books. Maybe in the book, or maybe I'm wasting all the time in the world right now, and it happened exactly like that in the books where Aemon's regretting it. But at least in the animated short that I watched, which I assume is strictly based on the book, it looks like Aemon wanted to do that.
Yeah.
Aemon was angry, and he's got his gleaming sapphire eye, and he's fucking him up. But in this, he's like, no, Vhagar, no. So I don't know.
I don't think he was saying no, Vhagar, don't kill him. I think it was no, Vhagar, listen to me.
Yeah, but he definitely didn't want to kill him because he was like shaking.
No, he didn't want to kill him, but I think he's
after
just
he died, he was shaking. He was like, what the fuck? But I've definitely wanted. How can I end it there? I want to see the aftermath with Alicent and all them lot. Like, you just killed Lucerys or whatever his name's Lucerys. Isn't it?
I feel like Alicent's gonna be so mad at him. Like, why the fuck did you do that? Oh my gosh!
How much did it look like the animation though? Like,
yeah,
proper
it was really good, actually.
accurate, isn't it?
Yeah, I love the little eye.
Apart from the whole, him being regretting it or whatever it was. But interesting.
I don't think it's regret. I think it's shock. I don't think it's
not even regret. He didn't want to do it in the first place. I don't think. You know.
I think he's shocked. Like, well, how the fuck did that happen? I didn't want this to happen.
Yeah, but overall, a good season. The only thing I don't like about this season, this whole season, is death feels a bit too easy sometimes. I know it's Game of Thrones, but like in the original series, at least the first 4 seasons, the good seasons, it felt more like when someone died, it was like, what the fuck, you know? Like, it felt like, how could they do that? Sort of like when
I think we're a bit numb to it now.
Yeah, but now, like, when people die, it feels like, what the fuck? What? It just feels a bit like, rather than, you know? Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, when Kristen Cole killed that guy, apparently that really does happen in the books, but not the way it did. But anyway, when Kristen Cole killed that guy, it's like, what the fuck is Kristen Cole doing? He just comes and just kills him. And then when he killed Joffrey, Longmouth, Laenor's boyfriend, it just felt a bit like not as neat as in the original Game of Thrones, where it's like you can imagine these deaths happening and the aftermath of it is mad, and like the Red Wedding, Oberyn's death, you know, all that kind of stuff. It was just like, whoa. Whereas deaths feel a bit like just thrown in a little bit for shock value, like how they were killing each other in the tourney in the first episode. It was a bit like casual, like they're not really fussed about when people die as much as in the original series, you know? It's like they're trying to be a bit more shocking rather than you build up to it and it's just like, whoa.
I feel different because every death in this I've been like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's definitely shocking.
I feel different to
but
you.
It doesn't, maybe because it didn't have as much backstory as the characters in the original series.
You don't get to love them like
like Ned, Red Wedding, you know, Oberyn. They had seasons of build up and then something happens. Whereas this, there's almost
like the little boy that just died. How we haven't actually seen him on screen that much.
Could you imagine if we had like 3 seasons of him,
watching him grow up,
maybe even the same actor from a baby, and then that happens?
Yeah,
you would be like,
you would, of course you would. Yeah.
So yeah, I guess they just didn't have enough time. That's why the deaths feel a bit.
And I think you become a bit numb to it with Game of Thrones.
Yeah, you do eventually get used to it. But it's still shocking.
I will say,
that's the only criticism I have, by the way. Everything else is pretty sick.
George R. R. Martin is quite involved with this.
Yeah.
He's very involved with it. So I don't think they would have done anything that he didn't approve of. So I feel like he probably is guiding them, you know? Oh my god, that's so good. I don't want to
I just wanted to get that one criticism out of the way. Other than that, this season's been so good.
I don't want to have to wait.
Such a good show. I'm enjoying it.
Hope season 2 is just as good. I hope they don't recast anyone. I hope they keep everyone the same.
I think it will be now because I can't even say what I want to say without spoiling it. Because the Dance of the Dragons is like, it's just all out war for like a certain amount of time. So they don't need to time skip, you know. So, but yeah, it's interesting. I need to listen to some book readers, listen to their thoughts on Aemon, because it makes it all. It's all like accidents. Feels a bit funny, but we'll see. Other than that, yeah.
Impeccable acting as per usual.
Yeah, great acting, great visuals. The dragons look amazing.
Yeah, they
I
do.
was thinking, how do they do these dragon fights? Are they even going to look good? Because even though they got a lot of money, sometimes it looks a bit funny, finicky.
Because dragons don't
exist. Yeah, like, I was like, there's a lot of dragons. They got human beings got to fight on top of them and everything. But that looks sick.
Yeah, that looked really good.
I'm gonna have to watch that again. I can't wait.
I'm gonna have to watch this whole season again, like at leisure, just like no rush to not be spoilt,
So you don't like Damon no more now when he choked his.
I didn't get why he did that.
He was trying
I think it was to remind. Maybe it was like, you may be queen, but I'm still in charge, bitch. That's that's how it felt like to me.
He was Andrew Tating her.
Yeah. Like for show, I'm gonna.
He'd been watching too many streams of Andrew Tate like that.
What colour is your Bugatti?
No, I think Damon was it maybe tough love in his head. Like he's trying to toughen her up for war. Like this is war. Like like he's trying to show how serious it is.
I don't
know.
I don't know.
But still like him. See what he's gonna do. Aemond is sick. I loved seeing his sapphire eye.
That was cool. It looked like a little mini galaxy in there.
I was wondering if they were going to do that because I know I was like, if you look at his if you read his description in the books, and obviously you saw the animated thing, like they said he's got one eye, sapphire eye there. He doesn't really have. He has the eye patch for a bit, then he changes to sapphire eye. Maybe we'll have that for the whole season 2. Yeah, he owns it. The sapphire, and it looks sick. It looks scary.
Really good.
So yeah, they did a good job of that. Maybe it's a lot to have the actor have that on his face. I don't know.
Yeah,
it should be just contacts though, but.
CGI probably.
Yeah, maybe it's a bit CGI, so they just have the eye patch, save time and effort, money. But yeah, man. Any other things? Any theories for season 2?
I don't even know.
You gonna read the books?
I'm gonna try and read the books. Yeah, I'm gonna try and read the book before the second season comes out.
Yeah.
And then I'll be the one sat there going, in the book, what happens, right, is, and then I'll be the one that's got this little glint in my eye when something's about to happen.
Yeah, I was like, because I remember that it was
I could see you smiling out the corner of my eye.
I was like, I recognise this bit, like the whole being in the Baratheon halls, and he looked just like the guy in the animated version, didn't he?
Yeah.
Like everything was just like it. I was like, oh my god. He even said, "Get out of here, pup." You probably didn't hear him say that.
No.
You did hear him say that.
Yeah, I did hear him say that.
Yeah, but he said in the animated one, he's like, "Tell your bitch of a mother not to." It wasn't that mean in the.
No, he's still trying to be a bit respectful.
Yeah. I noticed that. I like that. I've noticed they're very much trying to make everyone have a little bit of good in them, compared to how they seem. I haven't read the books. Again, I'll tell you, I haven't read the books.
That's very true to life. There's good and bad in everyone. Whether we like to see it or not.
I keep hearing Alicent's way more angrier, Rhaenyra's way more angrier. Aemond, you just saw, didn't give a fuck about killing them in the book version. And you heard how Baratheon, and you heard how that Baratheon guy was like, "Tell your bitch of a mother," Seems like everyone's a bit more. Like trying to be a bit more diplomatic, which makes it a bit more realistic, which is really weird because it contrasts with all the random death. It's kind of funny.
But then it makes it hard to pick a side.
Yeah, definitely. I need to keep that up. I like that.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's good that they did that with Aemon because at the end of the day, it makes you a bit more sympathetic that he didn't mean to do that.
Yeah.
He's trying to scare him. And
all he wanted was his eye.
Yeah.
He didn't want to kill his dragon.
Didn't want to kill his dragon. Didn't want to kill him. Because he knows what that means. Because no one's really drawn first blood. I would have thought Rhaenys did, but
Rhaenys was like, "I don't want to start this war, but we'll let your son do it."
I do forget they're like the royal family, innit? So, I mean, they're kind of a bit selfish, Team Green, in the sense that, well, a lot of people died, but we didn't. So they didn't draw first blood yet. Maybe that's what Aemond was thinking. That's why. Oh no, I've just drawn first blood by killing.
Yeah, like what have I done?
Yeah, interesting. Season 2 is going to be epic. Anyway,
I hope so.
We've been on this for quite a while now. Let us know what you guys think in the comments below. What do you guys think of the book readers that are watching? What do you think of the changes? If that even is a change, because I just watched the animated DVD thing. I don't know if the book's a bit different. For example, I think his hair's brown as far as I know in the books, not blonde like it was in the animated thing. But anyway, that's our reaction. Let us know what you guys think in the comments below. Please give us a like, subscribe, and yeah, we'll see you on season 2 hopefully next year. Peace.
Next year?
Yeah, next year.